Fellas, we're here. We are here. The music reviewer bracket. The sequel. So my good friend Josh the blogger, Instrumental Isomer, made a music review bracket last year. He did include a few extra people in there, but this time he's gone straight out with 32 music reviewing people from YouTube, all in one big reviewer bracket, and I'm excited to do this. Now last year it went quite viral, so I'm hoping it does this year. As of now, right now, it hasn't caught much traction just yet, but I do hope the March Madness kind of kicks in and people start paying attention to this, just like they do with the other brackets that a lot of people get involved in every year. So I'm just going to dive right into this now. It is just a bit of fun. I am friends with quite a few of these people on the chart in like real life. I'm not going to show biases or anything like that at any point, but you know, the thing is that they're just all so good at what they do. I'm inspired by them all the time, so I'm obviously going to be, you know, in favor of these reviewers because they're just excellent, and every video they put out I absolutely love. So, you know, we all have differing opinions, but it is just such a good community, so it's just all a little bit of fun, just kind of a bit of a competition type thing. So you know, it's not to be taken too seriously, but yeah, it's good fun. It's good. So let's just get into this now. First round, Spectrum Pulse, Luke James. It's a tough one. I like both these guys. I've got to say I don't watch them as much as I used to. Like, I typically just kind of watch the reviews from these guys that I'm like most interested in, as opposed to watching like everything they put out. So they're kind of evenly balanced in that sense. And I've had them both on my podcast too. It's a tough one. I think for this one I'll go Spectrum Pulse. Grandad Wooly, Matt O'Leary. I don't watch Matt O'Leary much, but actually when I've watched his stuff, he's actually pretty damn good. But I think Grandad Wooly is just so witty and funny that I can't not have him go through, so I'm going to go Grandad Wooly. Vinyl Rewind and Brad Tasty Music. I think I watch Vinyl Rewind just quite a bit more. I think his Kids See Ghosts video was so good. It almost made me think that I ended up, you know, loving the album just listening to him talk to it. Like, he was so good in that video. That was definitely the best video I saw on that album. So yeah, and I do actually think he's really interesting to listen to. He words himself perfectly. The man is such a good wordsmith. So yeah, I'm going to go Vinyl Rewind. Todd in the Shadows and Mike the Snare. Mike the Snare, my friends, you've got to get on his stuff. Mike the Snare is what we need. The quick basharoo videos are so good. But I think I want to go Todd because I've been watching Todd for years now. And maybe it's just kind of like that familiarity, a bit of like, you know, oh, well, you know, he's something he's been a part of me for a long time. And I think his pop reviews are actually very, very good. So I'm going to go Todd. Social Tune and David Rowe. Social Tune's another guy that talks about pop music really well. I actually really think his analyses of like pop songs are really on point, and I enjoy his content quite a bit. But I think I'm going to go David Rowe. David Rowe, the man can analyze an album like no other. Like, he can talk for 30 minutes about like just the lyrics of an album and completely analyze them to the point where I just would never think of these things that he says, and I admire him a lot for that. So yeah, David Rowe. Wonky Angle versus Noise Pond. Wonky Angle and Noise Pond, I like them both. I don't know really, it's a tough one, this one, because Noise Pond sadly doesn't upload much these days. But I do enjoy his content a lot. I do think he's a really good reviewer. So I'm going to go Noise Pond. This one is so rough. Mike and Liam in the first round. Did this have to happen? I love Liam, man. I love Liam. I love Mike. Can I just not do this one and just send like deep cuts and FIFO through straight away? Like, I could just do that. Could I do that? No, I can't do that. That's not right. Well, Mike Seatown is a champion, actually, of this for me. He won last time. And Liam, his content actually has just gotten better over time. Like, he gets better and better each video. Sadly, again, another guy that doesn't upload much, but I think I'll go Mike. Mike has given me so many great moments through Dead End Hip Hop, and he's really good to watch in his individual reviews. So that was a harsh one. That was a rough one to start there. So yeah, I'm gonna go Mike. Deep cuts and FIFO. Look, FIFO's great, but it's deep cuts. It's deep cuts. Big Quinn and Needle Drop. Big Quinn, he's hilarious. Like, he is hilarious. But for me, once you've seen one video, you've seen them all. So I don't really enjoy him that much anymore. So I'm going to have to go Melon. Obviously, it's me versus Rick. I'm not going to send myself through, but I'm gonna be sending Rick through here. Then we've got Sound Binge versus Beezy. Didn't this happen last time? I swear that was the same one as last year. Sound Binge versus Beezy. Is that... Am I dreaming or something here? I don't know, but that sounds really familiar for me. Beezy, I love the guy, but gotta be Sound Binge. Amy is a really, really good critic. Again, another person that just doesn't upload much anymore. It's so sad. The music reviewing community is slowly fading. It's depressing, guys. But why? Can you just all come back? Velocities in music, the veterans versus the rap critic, who's another veteran. Two veterans here. These guys have been at it since the inception, since the beginning, since the birth of music reviewing. They were there. They were there from the start. You all just copied these guys. I didn't copy them. You all copied these guys. You're all the copycats, and these guys are the pioneers, and you're all copycats. Not me, just you. No, but seriously, I'm going to go Velocities in Music. Rap Critic is great, but man, he really just completely tears apart like one word in a song. Like, he'll see a word and he won't like that word, and he'll tell you he doesn't like that word for the next 5 minutes in a video. It gets very tedious. Velocities in Music, man, these guys are great. Yeah. Watch that. Watch them. They're very good. They don't upload much these days, but when they do, they friggin' do. Mercurial number 6. Is that how you say it? Mercurial number 6. He's great. He's really good. He's like the dad you always wanted. He's a really good YouTuber. Talks a lot about music. And yeah, I like him, but I'm gonna have to go Buffalo Staple, man. Buffalo Staple is winning this one. Eric versus ARTV. I'm going Eric here. And then Tabby versus Instrumental Isomer. Tabby's entertaining, but I don't really get as much insight from him as I want to in his videos. So I'm going to go Instrumental Isomer. Ken versus Sean C. I'm going to go Ken. Right, next round now. Next round, we got Spectrum Pulse, Grandad Wooly. Gonna go Spectrum Pulse. Vinyl Rewind and Todd in the Shadows. Todd in the Shadows. David Rowe versus Noise Pond. Yeah, we're gonna go David Rowe. Mike Seed Sound, Deep Cuts, Mike and Ollie. Oh, why? I hate this. This, I don't want to do this, but look, because this one is so hard, I'm going to go Mike, because Ollie hasn't uploaded in a long time, and I guess I haven't really watched him for a long time, whereas Mike I consistently watch, so I'm just going to base it off of that for this one, because it's the only thing I can do. This is too hard of a contest, so I'm going to go Mike. Rick the Lie versus Melon. Melon, the one and only, best teeth in the game, the biggest man, the biggest critic alive, to be honest. Honestly, there's probably no critic out there as famous as the Needle Drop, and Rick the Lie. This is quite tough, but I'm gonna go Rick. I'm gonna go Rick because I think I enjoy his analysis of music more than I do Melon's. Not to take that away from him, but I think I just enjoy Rick more. Amy of the Sound Binge versus Velocities in Music. I don't know. This is. I'm gonna go right. We're going Amy. We're going Amy. Of the Sound Binge is going through. Amy. Buffalo Staple versus Eric the Young God. That's a rough one as well, man. Eric is so good. He's hilarious. He's basically a comedian, to be honest. But Buffalo Staple, I just love his content, man. I get so much out of it. Entertaining, it's hilarious, as well as being insightful. Yeah, we're going Buffalo Staple. We got Ken versus Instrumental Isomer. I think I'm going to go Ken, mostly because I just watch his content quite a bit more, because obviously Josh doesn't really get as much time to upload. He's obviously still, at college and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm going to go Ken. Quarterfinals now, I think, round of 8. Is it 8 left? Yeah. Quarterfinals. Spectrum Pulse versus Todd in the Shadows. Yeah, like, the thing with Todd is that, like, every time he uploads, it feels like a big event, and I just feel like I get excited for those events. His top 10 worst and best videos are so good, even if I disagree with him, like, all the time. Like, I'm pretty sure I disagree with him, like, all the time, but still, I enjoy his content so much that Todd is going through here. Now we got Mike and David. This little section has been the worst. Like, this has not been good. We had to knock out Deep Cuts. We had to knock out Liam. We're on Mike and David now. Who did this? Josh. You know what, Josh? We're gonna have words after this, because this is not good. Look, I know you said it was random, but we're not having this, man. Random. You can't lie to us, man. This is not good. All right, so David and Mike. Now this is hard, because Mike was my champion last time. But David, I don't think David got an opportunity to get this far last time. But I do love David's content, man. David is always changing things up. He's that one video where, like, he changed his t-shirt after every time. the camera cut. Man, what was that video? That was a genius video. I need to go find that. That was unbelievable. And Mike is great. Mike is great, but I think David, I enjoy David's content more, because I think the thing with Mike is that he bounces off the rest of Dead End Hip Hop really well, so he kind of needs, like, they all work together, like, as a unit, and so Mike's solo stuff is really good, but I don't get the same enjoyment out of his solo stuff as just watching David, to be honest. So I think, yeah, David's going through, man. David. We got David. So we've got Ricky and Amy now. Two fantastic reviewers here. But I think, personally, for me, I've got to go Rick. Rick's analysis and wording of everything is just so amazing. Does not to take away from Amy. Amy's a fantastic reviewer, and as well, she said she's coming back soon. I saw that tweet she made. Amy is coming back. Yeah. So now we got Buffalo Staple and Ken. Now, yeah, see, similarly with Ken, I mean, Ken doesn't really do anything, like, on his own. It's always just with Dead End Hip Hop. And I've warmed up to Ken. I did used to find him a little bit annoying, but I've warmed up to him as of recently. But nah, it's got to be my boy Buffalo Staple. So now we're at the semi-finals. What we got? We got Todd and David. Semi-finals to go through to the grand finale. And we're gonna go with David Rowe. Now we got Rick and Buffalo Staple. This is rough. This is rough. I keep saying this about nearly every single one. But guys, this one is rough. This is rough. And oh man, I just get so much enjoyment out of watching these guys. They give me so many recommendations just, like, through their videos. They touch on artists that no one else would ever touch on. Like, you can say what you will about other critics, like, yeah, sure, you could get obscure artists by going to Pitchfork, you could get obscure artists by going to maybe Consequence of Sound, or maybe just looking through Rate Your Music. But these guys are on another level, man. They don't care about, like, getting millions of views or just, appealing to wide demographics. If they want to talk about an album that's completely unknown to everyone, they'll do it. They are absolutely amazing. And just having to pit them up against each other just feels kind of wrong. Like, I feel like I should just not do this, but because they're just both so great. but I guess that's the point of this, so I've got to make a decision. And I think for me personally, it's just so hard. My mind is telling me that I want to pick none of them because I'll send them both through and they're both the winners. Woo! Oh my god! No. We see. I think I'm gonna go Rick. Gonna go Rick. I think they're both fantastic critics. They are absolutely both brilliant. But my mind is telling me Rick, and I'm gonna go with Ricky. Which means we're in the final now with David and Rick the Lie. Okay, so this is rough, yeah. So I keep saying it's rough, but no, we're rough now, yeah. And again, this is very similar. I just get so much enjoyment out of both of the content creators here. These guys are just so fantastic. And yeah, they're innovative as well. Like they're innovative with the way they create videos, and that goes for Buffalo Staple too. Like if I could just have a trio of these three and just end it, that would have been great. But not to say that Todd isn't innovative, by the way. I think Todd has been very influential at, like, you know, pushing forth, like, pop criticism. Not that it never existed prior to him, but I just feel like he began, like, a big community of people just kind of coming together and, like, you know, critiquing pop music in ways that no one was really doing before, or at least no one had a platform to do it before. But I just feel like these three, this trio, David, Ricky, and Buffalo Staple, just innovative with the way they create their content. Like, it's not just them talking about music, like the design of their videos, their editing, everything about that, stuff like that is really, really on point. And it's very inspiring. So it's just rough to pick between them. So we got David and Rick, and you know, the thing is, you see, it's like, it's this thing, yeah, it's like, you see, you know, it's like this, you know what I mean, it's, you know, it's like this, yeah, you get me, right? Yeah. Okay, so I think I've come up with a way to do this. So, based purely on the fact that this person gives me probably more recommendations than any other music reviewer, like just across the spectrum, I would say. And like they will touch on the most obscure artists that no one else is doing. And even if I don't ever like the albums that he mentions, I at least admire the fact that he's out there pushing these artists forward to the limelight. And yeah, I don't think anyone else is on that level. So based purely on that, I'm going to go Rick the Lie. Rick the Lie is the winner, the 2019 winner of the reviewer bracket. That was very tough. I don't know if it was tough last year, but I feel like this year got tougher. I think it is tougher this year because there were definitely a lot of content creators that were put in last year that I was just like, yeah, whatever, they're good, but I don't watch them that much. Whereas this year is like, this was hard. But yeah, the champion of 2019, the reviewer bracket, is Rick the Lie. And yeah, well done, Rick. Rick, you did it, man. Rick, you won. You did this. You did it, man. Please go watch any of these people if you haven't already, because everyone on this list is absolutely worth your time. And please at least watch, you know, David Rowe, Buffalo Staple, and Rick the Lie, because obviously they made it so far in the bracket, and they have a decent amount of subscribers, but they certainly have far less than some of the people on the list. So please go take your time to watch them. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed this. Let me know who would win your bracket, and thank you for watching. Have a good day. Goodbye. Well done, Ricky. Well done. Goodbye, Ricky. Winner. Yeah.